got the recipe, and I kept receipts. The smell it covers me. Mods only weed. I just chopped the tree. I didn't stop to breathe. I couldn't stop my greed. It hit me like I'm Creed. No, the game is like I cheat.
We are black. That was a lot of news. I told you it was a lot of news. Whole lot of news. So yeah, fuck it. Let's dive into the next shit. So we have the virtual world. We were talking about a little bit about social media and shit having their opinions and it dictating actual reality and actual culture being. This is like facts and shit on social media, and also like parents and shit competing with like not. I don't know if parents know that they're competing for their children, like with the world and shit, but they're definitely competing. Yeah, so and how society picks our role. I mean, we were like kind of like touching all this shit, kind of how we pick our role models and shit of that nature, and how something's acceptable for one person and not acceptable for another person. I think we were talking a little bit about this shit, through Twitter and shit, and just you can go ahead and touch on it a little bit.
I just want to know what makes a person a role model, and why, as citizens, we put that responsibility on celebrities and athletes and influential figures, because at the end of the day, they humans just like us. They just humans who receive more attention and more money. And I guess my thing is how. All right, so I mean, if you have 100 million followers or whatever the fuck, and I'm exaggerating, but if you got all those followers and shit, and you know people are watching you, like, do you think that it's? And I guess these are just opinions now. Do you think that it's like a at that point? Do you think you're obligated at that point? Like, do you think you can honestly be like, no, I'm not a role model. Like, I'm not like I'm not. I don't influence your kids. Like, I can't influence your kids. Like, can you like take the accountability off yourself? Like, do you have any actual accountability? I think for me personally, I wouldn't care as long as I don't work for a particular company that has like a moral or ethical clause. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do on my social media because it's mine. And at the end of the day, whoever started following me for whoever the fuck I already was. So why would I change that just because my influence increases? I'm gonna be who I am regardless of the fact. And at that point, the same way I do as a parent, I have parental control over what my son views and doesn't view on the internet.
Facts.
So that comes with being an in-tune parent. As a parent, you shouldn't criticize me on being my natural self just because your child caught wind of it. Maybe you need to be more in tune with your child and figure out what they watching and what they don't need to watch. You know, I literally just saw it on Twitter with like Lil Nas X. You know, him being a gay man, him kissing the other guy on the BET Awards. You know, got a lot of backlash from it. But at the end of the day, I've never seen the BET Awards give a kid segment. So considering the BET Awards in its history has never given a kid segment, I don't feel like it's a kid's show. Do kids watch it? Yes, but it doesn't classify as a kid's show. It's not the Teen Awards. It's the BET Awards, and most of the artists are adults who have vulgar language in their lyrics. So you might see some wild shit on there. And you know he's gay.
I just think, like, I mean, at that, and like you said, like, it's the parents at that point, their responsibility. Like, if your kid is watching that, and if they're watching it and they're just interested, you see they're interested, like, it's okay, like, you're the parent, you can explain to the child exactly what's going on. Like, it's okay to, at that point, to, hey, okay, no, you don't, if you don't approve of it, you can tell them that. If you do, then you can tell them at that time, you know. So at that, you know, that's just like, I don't know, but I mean, I think that, I don't know. I think I would be more. I guess I would be more cautious if I had a kid audience. If my audience was a kid audience.
Oh well, yeah, of course.
I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, if I know my audience is a kid audience. I would Like, do you think like I don't have any accountability now because
if my audience is a kid audience, then of course I definitely will hold some accountability because I know for a fact that the base of my audience are children. So who I naturally am around y'all, I won't be that way in front of the kids.
Yeah,
you know, because I do feel like there are age appropriate things. So since I don't know what age for real is viewing me, then I'm gonna always do my best to keep it at least PG-13 and below, you know, because I do know that the kids are watching. But again,
especially with the internet being like such a broad thing, like we know like you can be as young as 5 and access whatever,
especially if you're smart.
Yeah,
you know.
Definitely.
So yeah, but yeah, if I know directly that it's children, then yeah, I'm strategically posting and alternating a lot of things. But if my audience is for adults and somehow, some way a kid makes it to view what's going on, then as a parent, you just gonna have to explain what happened.
Yeah. I mean, one of y'all got anything else on that shit?
No, that's perfect. I watch everything my daughter does.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's good.
As an in tune parent, you gonna see and watch everything.
I mean, I believe most parents know what their kids are watching. I mean, I would think. I don't know. I would think.
They don't, bro.
I got nieces and shit, bro. And I know what they're watching, Russell. Just as a parent, I would think a parent would know, but I don't know nothing.
Yeah, you know that just because you have a child doesn't make you a parent.
Oh, I know that.
Right.
I know that.
So because we're all in tune with our nieces, nephews, and children, that's why we know. But on a daily basis, especially when I was working at Florida High in Tallahassee and I was teaching K through 12, you will be surprised at how many parents are out of the loop.
Yeah. It's scary. It's a scary thing out here. I mean, and I guess we can go ahead and I just talk about a situation that happened in Gainesville with the kids and shooting. I don't know if people know this, but I think I tweeted some shit like this too. It was like the music. You don't think that listening to as a 14-year-old or 15-year-old, shoot them up, kill them, go get them, all that like retaliation type music, a really aggressive music, really murder music. They really call this what really called murder music. You don't think that would have any effect? Like nobody would think that has any effect on like the children and like what? Because these are and I watch YouTube too. When these are kids, you feel me, rapping about this shit, bro. So they're being influenced by other kids, and it's like
the shit impactful. And like you said, it's kids being influenced by other kids, so it's relatable at that point. And
that's some shit that's another aspect of like virtual programming, like virtual reality dictating real, like being real reality now. Like this is real reality now. It's like you can watch a kid on YouTube rapping about shooting up blah 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 with guns. No, niggas are really doing that. Like that's really going on. That's not just entertainment. Like this is really happening now. So I guess this is like, I don't know, shit crazy.
Yeah. I think parents now, considering we have the World Wide Web and it's so broad and your child can literally pick up anything at any time, at any age, I think we have to become more vocal with them at a younger age. I get age appropriate things.
I get that shit too, bro.
Yeah,
as a parent, bro, show them that shit, bro. Let them know about some shit.
Because at this point,
fuck that.
My younger cousin, she's 6 years old. Smart as fuck. My grandmother thought that she had the parental lock and the parental control on the iPad, on the cell phone, on the TV and all that.
Yeah.
And rightfully she did. But when you got a whiz kid 6-year-old who got a whiz kid older sister who 13 and know how to break and unlock codes and algorithms and coding, guess what? Everything goes out the window.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna know that unless you check it every day. And a parent's defense, you might want to, but I don't think checking everything every day is even possible for real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I just feel like because of the age that we are in right now, the digital age, and the things that do go on at elementary schools and middle schools and high schools, it's subjective to each parent, but I do feel like we're in a time where we have to give our children more information than we received back then, because we didn't have as much to influence us. You know, like you said, with the murder music, you can listen to the murder music because Drake 9. I'm a young boy. I listen to Young Boy. I listen to Young and Ace. You feel me? So Drake gonna hear the lyrics, but I also talk to Drake about understanding, but it's entertainment.
Yeah.
You can't go wreck out and go kill somebody or go beat somebody up because you ain't got money to beat that case. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to understand that when it comes to these guns on these video games, and when it comes to these guns on TV and in these videos, I want you to understand that at 9 years old, that is a tool and a weapon to either harm somebody or somebody to harm you.
Yeah.
So you got to have the understanding that entertainment is entertainment and reality is reality, and the people who talking about this stuff 9 times out of 10 not actually doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So some people might feel like, bro, he 9, why you talking to him about pistols and stuff?
No, you got to.
But at the end of the day, I don't want him to go to school and learn about a pistol from his homeboy and he like, let's go shoot it, because he already talked to dad, and my dad said hell nah. You know, so it just depends, you know.
I mean, that comes back around to being a parent.
Yeah.
Since we know better, why not teach them to be better?
Right. And the younger we teach them, the easier it's going to be for them to retain it, because father is the repetition of learning, or repetition is the father of learning.
It's just better for them to learn from, you know, you than out there in the world, because, you know, the world's going to teach them all type of shit. And, I mean, if you just educate them on certain shit, you know, you'll know exactly what is what. That's all. Right. That's all we saying. You got anything on that?
No, not really, man. Just be good parents, motherfuckers.
Facts. Have rich people business. Facts. Good drugs. Black, still black in this bitch. So yeah, last but not least, I just want to talk about saving the children, like we always do. It starts with education and shit, and just some shit that I picked up upon since we were talking about like the CRT and all that shit. And you got anything else on that before I go on, bro? About like, cause I know there's more like coming out about it, and I didn't know it was like really this big, but it's really this big. Like it's a real thing, bro.
No, man.
But yeah. So there's another thing called the white man's burden doctrine of the 19th century. It became the white child's burden doctrine of the 20th century. It's still active, and it was just the idea that students learn more when there's a mixture of backgrounds together. And I mean, this is an idea, so I guess that's an idea. Do we have any ideas to talk about that idea? I know I do. I don't think that's true, but hey, what do I know? You think that's? I guess I should start with that. Anybody think that's true? That kids learn better when there's mixtures of backgrounds together.
What mixture? What is mixture?
Like
as in
like a rich kid or a poor kid.
I think so, yeah.
What they were? What? Wait. Explain this better. I think I'm confused. You mean like in a classroom of students?
Yes.
It works better if there's like a black kid, a white kid, a Mexican, rich kid, poor kid, like that.
Yes.
I don't know if that does that. I don't know if that matters. I'm not sure, dog.
I think
when I went to school, I
think it does.
I think so, because it teaches you how to be a human. Teaches you how to be a person.
But I don't think that has anything to do with like that's like outside. That's like outside activities more so in the classroom setting.
That's what I would think.
But I'm saying in the classroom, you kind of like force.
Yeah, I mean, if you do like hey, team up with a buddy and. But then even then, like,
I hated group activities.
Exactly. See, look, you might find a nigga like that. But even then, like, bro, I'm trying to get this done so we can stop doing this, my nigga.
Right.
It's like, I don't.
Okay, so better question. What's the age group? Because younger children are sponges. If we talking about it as a 9-10-year-old, 4th or 5th grade, yeah, fuck this group activity, you know. But
shit, high school, fuck this group activity.
High school, I ain't even doing it. Just fail me.
Look, and then you might end up with a nigga like him. See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just fail me. But like, you know, kindergarten, Head Start, kindergarten, first grade, possibly second grade, like you can still mold them into being human beings and group.
But that's what they do in the most part. That's really what they do. Like my daughter got 1,000 fucking friends. Like,
no, you're right. But talking about what he asked is, would it work better if every classroom was like universal or like had a mix? Because a lot of times, depending on what side of town you go on, it's just black people in there.
I'm about to say that just depends on the demographic, right? Like,
yeah,
certain schools.
Because I guess this had piggybacked off the statistic I was telling you about students graduating from like black students, because I guess the story about the valedictorian. Yeah. So like black students graduating from, say like a black student graduates at the top of their class, quote unquote, out of East Side, and then you have white students that graduate at the top of their class out of St. Francis, and they go and they end up and they say, and the statistics show that they advise both of those type of students to go to the same college, like a Cornell or somewhere, but statistically showing that the students that graduated from St. Francis do a lot better, and the graduated top of the class out of East Side will probably flunk out. Yeah. So I was just, because so I guess that made me just look into it. Was like, damn. So does it work better together? All of us learning together, or should we be separate maybe and just,
from my experience,
function together in the world of like business and shit like that, learn that, and just as far as academics stay.
But isn't that like that's private school? Isn't St. Francis a private school?
Yeah, but they went to the same college though, and they both graduated top of their class, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Still, so they're supposed to be on the same level, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Take the same test, SAT, ACT, whatever.
I think the East Side kid fell out not because they couldn't cut it academically, but socially they couldn't cut it. And that's where the dynamic of having different people from different social classes and different ethnicities, that's why it works. Because when I attended Gainesville High School, that was culture shock for me. Reason being is because I went to Lincoln. Lincoln was your typical black school. Saying like Eastside, your typical black school, but at JHS at that time, JHS was like the high school that you saw on the movies.
Yeah,
you got the cheerleaders and the athletes, you got the gothic people, you got the nerds, you got the cool boys, you got the cool girls. So when I went to JHS, I figured out how to connect with everyone.
Yeah.
So when I got the Eastside, it's like, yeah, I'm comfortable. I'm in the hood with my niggas, but guess what? I can still go on UF campus and know how to speak, know how to talk, know how to do all these things and interact with people who don't come from the hood because of my experience of dealing with different demographics.
Yeah.
I can completely understand that, but I would say most of that, and this is, I guess it's just my experience, most of that came from my upbringing. Like my mom and my big brother schooled me on like how you approach people, how you speak to people.
Right.
So when I went into school, I go in there talking, because like I did go to, the black schools for a little bit until actually like Mabane, Santa Fe, most of them shits was like,
black,
yeah.
People.
So like I speak to everybody the same, no matter who you are, no matter what your race is. Like I speak to everybody with the utmost respect until like that's no longer needed. But
right.
I feel like that's like a parenting thing, like, or your upbringing. I feel like that. I mean, that's my experience from it. I understand what you're saying completely. But
no, I think you're totally right about it being parenting. But what about the kids who don't have those type of parents?
See, I don't.
So that's where the classroom will help.
Be better parents, motherfuckers. But yeah, no, I can understand it from that way, that point of view. Yeah. But like my whole thing would be like, okay, lunchtime, like you know who you associate with at lunchtime, and then like you get invited to parties.
Yeah.
Who you meeting with at parties? That's like a you thing. If you want to experience that type of lifestyle, if you want to meet more people, you go out there, you put yourself out there.
Okay.
But
so let me ask you this, because primarily you was talking about like speaking, right? Okay, so what about culturally? Culturally is completely different than communicating, because if I don't understand your culture, I can be speaking to you, and in my mind I'm speaking to you respectfully, but to you I'm talking down to you.
I guess no, in that aspect I wouldn't even you have to give me an example because.
Okay, prime example, right? There is a big disparity between people who chose to go to college and people who choose not to go to college, right? So oftentimes you run into people who feel like, oh, you think you better than me because you go to college. Nigga, I'm from the same hood as you.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm better than you because I chose to go to college. It's just what I want to do with my life requires college. But I still know the colloquialisms. I still went to the same high school. I can still resonate with you and what you feel. But when I use words like colloquialism and resonate, oh, you think you smart? Why you talking to me like that? Why you using these big words?
That's a person thing.
You right. It is.
That is a person thing.
It is. But at the same time, had we had the upbringing of knowing how to interact with each other from the ground up, they wouldn't feel like that. Because if they don't get it in the home like we did, they gonna have that teacher with the expertise to help them understand that just because y'all are different doesn't mean that this person feel this way. It doesn't mean that this person is on a higher tier than you. Y'all human beings at the end of the day.
Yeah, but if you don't understand someone's, like, if you don't understand the words that someone's saying, that's on you.
Right. Don't you think cops do that all the time and that's why niggas end up getting killed?
Yeah.
Culture
thing.
Nah, I think they just want to shoot a nigga.
I mean, right, but they still don't understand the culture.
Yeah.
I don't think they care. I think they want to shoot a nigga.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's both.
It's when you go case by case and like get into these details, like nah,
that nigga just was trigger happy.
Nah, he walked in and he smoked you, bro. He executed that man. He shot you in your shit right in your car. You ain't even get out. He shot you in your shit. So they just want to shoot a nigga.
Yeah.
But back to what you saying, I totally agree and I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it does so it would be good if everyone was in the classroom so you could, mesh better. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it would be great if, just be better parents out there who are young parents right now who are raising the younger generation. Just be better parents to your kids. Yeah.
Because like you said with the initial question, both of y'all graduate top of your class. The kid from St. Francis go to Cornell and excel. The kid from Eastside go to Cornell and fails. And it's not because he didn't know the language. The valedictorian he received lets us know he knows the language, but he didn't understand the culture. Yeah. So the culture shock is what made him drop out of school, and not even drop out of school on some.
He dropped. Go to Cornell.
He was advised.
He was advised based on his valedictorian and his credentials that he should go there.
Nigga, be a person. You should have like toured, see what was right for you.
No, you're right, but that's the question though. The question is, he was advised to go because of the question saying that they would work better collectively because of their equity in academics.
Yeah.
But they were only equal academically, not culturally. Yeah. And that's why he said, fuck this, I'm finna go to Jackson State. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
FAMU, because of the culture, So, yeah, I'm valedictorian, I'm smart as shit, but y'all niggas too uppity for me. I gotta go be back around my people. So
you could even went to
I guess the advice should switch to, take your ass to HBCU, bro. Like you gonna do the same shit. If you want to, but
it's like UF,
because St. Francis probably gonna funk out of fam or leave fam.
Yeah, the advice should be do whatever you want to do.
Do whatever you're comfortable.
There you go. Because there's schools that there's HBCUs, but then there's like fucking the schools that are just like everybody's here, all type of like foreign exchange students, everything's here. Like do what the fuck feel good for you. But yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess I was just interested. I don't know.
I don't know nothing. I want to end mine with that. I don't know anything. No matter how much research I do, no matter what I read, I don't know nothing. I know nothing.
But yeah, this was episode. Oh, I didn't even say it. Episode 95. This was brought to you by Crillin Mafia Family. This was shot by Made in '93. DMS Studios, dog.
Come on.
We here with Elite Mafia Money. Moody came through. You got anything else to say, bro? Before you get up out of here, bro. I know you probably done.
Who, me?
Yeah,
I'm straight, bro. I'm kicking it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, it be love, bro. You got anything else to say? Anybody's gonna this side before we got this bit? No. All right, yeah. Guerrilla Mafia Family, episode 95. Y'all niggas stay up. Be safe.
I do got something to say.
Oh yeah. Good thing.
Stay out of rich people business.
Facts. Yeah, y'all niggas stay up, be safe, stay dangerous. It's the good drugs.